So one of the reasons that the Wax Lake Outlet Delta is so important is it's the best example in Louisiana of how the river can actually build land. We know that the whole of South Louisiana was built by the Mississippi River, but we don't see that in action very often because essentially we've put the river in a straitjacket. That's what's so special out here. We actually have the Wax Lake Outlet connected to the river, pushing that water and sediment out day after day, year after year, and when there's a flood, there's just a load of it. And what do you get when the floodwaters go down? You get land. That's the way rivers work. That's the way deltas work. It's not about Louisiana, it's how they work all over the world. We're lucky in that we have this great example here, the Wax Lake Outlet Delta, the best example in Louisiana, the best example I think in North America of a river actually building land the way nature intended. What do we get out of that? We get a fantastic ecosystem. It's diverse, it's vibrant, it's colorful, it's productive. That's what coastal Louisiana is about. The important thing about it though is that the river can still do this. Many people say, oh, there's not as much sediment as there used to be in the river. Oh, the water quality is not good in the river. This river can still build a really productive ecosystem. That's what you see out here.
So Julie, we need to tell everybody where they can get their cool solar gear.
Absolutely. Log on to www.solawayoflife.com. We're going to have t-shirts, hats, stickers, anything that you would want that you can wear out in South Louisiana while you're hunting and fishing. Visit www.solawayoflife.com and visit us on Facebook at SOLA Way of Life.
Right now we're burning about 8.5. I can't do this on Miami's.
We're burning about 27.3 an hour. For full throttle, it's extremely impressive.
Burning 29 gallons an hour. I'd be burning close to 40 with my Yamahas. Dude, I'm speechless.
To discover the Verado difference, find a local dealer at mercurymarine.com/Verado. Then take a test drive and experience it for yourself.
It's unbelievable.
Welcome back to SOLA TV, and let's talk hunting and fishing for a little while. Youth waterfowl season opens Saturday. It looks like the cold front pushed enough ducks in, right?
Well, that's the report. We haven't got the official report from the flyovers yet. That'll be in soon. But yeah, obviously some of the on-site reports are coming in and they're saying, yes, that front did it. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be on the way to a great season given the conditions on the breeding prairie that we had. Plus, we got the drought in the Midwest. Our southeast marshes were not as debilitated as what we thought. Some of that regrowth has already happened and it's covered with snails, so going to be a little more chow for the ducks than we might have originally thought.
Well, one of the things is, let's tell everybody this year we have 3 zones, not 2, so the old east-west zone is not there anymore. There's a new coastal zone that takes in all, obviously all the coast, and it's the west and the coastal zones that are open this weekend for youth waterfowl. The east zone for the youth will open the following weekend, when the big duck season opens in the western coastal zones, right?
Right, and it's important to remind people that on these youth hunts, it's the youth only that can shoot. Right. Now, some of these areas now, the National Wildlife Refuge has opened up to where the adults can shoot, but they can't only on those weekends. It's only the youth only. So don't get yourself in a bind there and bring your gun thinking you're going to shoot. This is for the youngsters.
Okay, and let's differentiate between state and federal regulations too. The state allows youth 17 and younger to hunt on youth only. Federal rules are different. It's 15 and younger. So make sure you know that, 15 and younger. Everybody who hunts waterfowl needs a HIP certification. Right. So make sure you get that before you go hunting this weekend, especially all the young hunters, all you old hunters too. Deer season's kind of in full swing now for a lot of part of the state. I know archery is open but there's a little special thing that happened because of Hurricane Isaac, and we want to tell everybody about what happened.
There's some bucks only zones. So check the wildlife and fisheries regulations on the website. If you go to the pamphlet, those dates have been superseded. So in order to be accurate, check that website and make sure if you're hunting in one of the coastal parishes.
And we want to tell you, really, it's around Lake Maurepas. So there's 7 parishes around Lake Maurepas that you have to be especially attuned to for that for the reduced seasons. They cut about 44 or 45 days out of those seasons, reduced them all to bucks only. St. Bernard and Plaquemines Parish had more than 50 days cut out of their seasons. So if you hunt those parishes, make sure you know the date you're hunting. Again, bucks only. Let's talk fishing now. Getting the first good reports out of Causeway. Maybe just a few.
That's about time.
South Shore, though, it looks like the South Shore is better than the North Shore right now.
Well, you know, the bottom feeders, the black drum, the sheephead, some redfish, that's been good on the North Shore bridges for quite a while now. But those World Series trout just hadn't showed up. But if you're getting some information that's starting to show up, now is the time to get out there and throw those plastics on both the Causeway, Highway 11, Railroad Trestle, and the I-10 twin span.
What are you hearing about the public pier on the North Shore?
It's going to be a while before that thing. The road going to it was actually damaged, as well as some of the structure of the pier. I would not look for that to reopen until late spring, maybe early next summer. It's
really?
that
Much, huh?
It was damaged pretty heavily.
Well, the one thing we want to tell everybody is follow what Jeff Brule was talking about. Those are some good combination fishing areas. You know, you stay up north to catch the bass, go south to catch the redfish and the speckled trout, and it really is productive. It's a way to enhance your trip. Let's talk about the Central Coast. I'm hearing the reefs are still holding a lot of fish in the Grand Isle, all the way over into the Timbaleer area. I don't know how much longer that's going to happen because the cold front, water gets a little colder, those fish want to move in, right?
Right, exactly. Now, Leeville, further north, as you talk about them moving in, that is improving all the time.
Right.
Point of Fur, some of those places up there are going to be real good. Moving out west, I'm starting to get some reports over there in Calcasieu. They're actually still fishing on the birds over that way.
It's amazing. One of the things that you hear about over there is topwaters right now, and the topwater bite is pretty good. Want to talk a little bit, too, about when you move into the areas like Sulphur Mine Lake, and look, it's not a great big body of water, but it's deep there, and there's a lot of fish that are going to move in there on the cold front, but maybe not this past cold front. It usually takes 1, 2, or 3 cold fronts to get those fish to move back into there that far. Point of Shen is holding a lot of fish right now, and I would advise you go again to the Wildlife and Fisheries website. There's some good public dove hunting opportunity at Point of Shen right now. It's kind of in that southern part, but I understand there's a lot of birds too, so you can be able to take advantage of that.
Swinging back to the east, those marshes around Delacroix, Hopedale, Shell Beach, more and more trout showing up every time. Redfish still very plentiful there. And offshore, don't forget the tuna. We had a big 251. It's an unofficial state record yellowfin tuna caught. And the fishing out there for tuna should be great as long as you get the fish between those fronts when those winds are down.
When we come back later in the month, we're going to talk about state record fish because I think we got a new state record channel catfish that came from the Mississippi River down by New Orleans too. Look, thanks. We'll be right back. Maybe.
Marsh and Bayou Magazine offers sportsmen in southeast Louisiana late-breaking information, great tips and how-tos, outdoor news, entertaining articles, and hotspots. The magazine covers some of Louisiana's best outdoor fun and gives enthusiasts the inside scoop from the area's top-notch fishing and hunting guides. Pick up a copy of Marsh and Bayou at your favorite sporting goods store. And if you can't find a copy, send an email to marshandbayou@charter.net and let Chris know. Southeast Louisiana's best outdoor news is found in Marsh and Bayou.
We know the jobs of the oil and gas industry are essential to our economy, yet they come with a price when land is harmed and drinking water ruined. We believe we can have both good jobs and clean drinking water and land by promoting landowner rights and requiring companies to restore land and drinking water to their natural state. A new, fair balance can be struck for Louisiana's future. For a natural state, join us today at cleanwaterandland.com.